Welcome to TTV News with some latest events in TayNinh Province. The audience, the People's Committee of TayNinh Province, has just requested the relevant provincial departments, agencies, and branches based on their functions and duties to strengthen the trade management of fires, prevention, and fightings and rescues, especially during the peak periods in the last months of the year and the upcoming Lunar New Year festival.
Specifically, departments, divisions, branches, mass organizations from districts to towns and cities are required not only to step up the inspection and overall inspection of fire prevention and fighting for hazardous fire facilities. Some places with the high explosions, especially business establishments, karaoke, bar, discotheque, markets, or houses for living in combination with production and business, but also strictly comply with the provisions of law on fire prevention and fighting in management and investment in capital construction before improving design projects and giving the construction license. In addition, investors, units of project consultants, construction supervision design consultants, and construction contractors must be required to strictly comply with the provisions of law related to fire prevention and fighting, especially problems of escape fire prevention, fire spread prevention. For projects and works that don't ensure fire safety, resolutely not granting them a license.
On November 2nd, the Vietnam Veterans Association organized training sessions to provide vocational education for members of the Veterans Association of TayNinh Province. Within one day, 190 members were able to deploy topics such as results of trainings and vocational trainings for rural workers, some support policies of the party, state, and TayNinh Province in agriculture, rural areas, and some other related contents. The training course aimed to improve the qualities and efficiencies of new rural constructions and the effectiveness of the vocational training for rural workers in TayNinh Province. The workers and members of veterans of TayNinh Province improve their knowledge to implement their duties. These activities also have to increase income for rural workers. According to the statistics of the Banks for Social Policies of TayNinh Province, currently in the province, there are nearly 2,100 root-ranked groups, out of more than 2,600 groups of savings and loans in operations. However, there are still 148 groups rated medium and quick, 13 groups rated quick.
Through checking and assessing the quality of intrinsic credit of savings and borrowing groups over time, the results aren't synchronized. Some tasks haven't been paid attention, such as the work of urging the debt to become due, overdue, and outstanding interest, along with the untimely notification of debt to the borrowers, leading to frequent overdue debts. In order to reduce the above quick performance groups, at the meeting of the Board of Directors of the Bank for Social Policies in the third quarter of 2022, Mr. Võ Đức Trong, Standing Vice Chairman of the Provincial People's Committee, head of the Representative Committee of the Board of Directors of the Bank for Social Policies, request the party committees and local authorities, the Poverty Reduction Committee and the commune unions to pay attention to the threat and firmly grasp the difficulties for the operation of the savings and loan groups to take timely remedial measures. In addition, the lending process must be carried out seriously, openly, democratically, fairly to the right objects. The management board of the savings and loan groups also need to regularly urge and remind the payment of interest, monthly savings and loan repayment on time and within the working time of the Bank for Social Policies.
In the afternoon of November 1st, Goyo District People's Councils organized delegations to supervise the effectiveness of projects to support production's development under the National Target Program of Building New Rural Areas and Sustainable Poverty Reduction in the districts in 2 years from 2020. Ms. Nguyễn Thị Thanh Nhàn, Deputy Secretary Chairman of the District People Councils, is the head of the supervisory team. Receiving and working with the delegations were Ms. Trương Thị Phú, Vice Chairman of the District People Committee, In the past 2 years, the district has implemented 4 projects to support 3 poor households, 9 new poor households, and a number of other related projects and plans. With a total capital to support production development, livelihood diversifications, and sustainable poverty reductions in the past 2 years is more than 1.7 billion Vietnam dong. Agricultural productions in the district has been trends in the directions of improving production efficiency, promoting the roles of the collective economy, and farmers have readily applied high technologies to improve product quality. This contributes to restructuring of the agricultural sectors and the achievement of new rural targets. The audience with the team Women and Youth of TayNin confidently step through the COVID-19 pandemic, elevate entrepreneurship in the digital age. The Women's Youth Startup Day is coordinated by the Provincial Women's Union, with Provincial Youth Union held on the mornings of November 2nd. Ms. Trần Thị Huyền Thanh, head of the Southern Working Committee, Central Committee of the Vietnam Women's Union, attended.
Implementing the project supporting women in starting up a business for the period 2017-2025, this program aims to support young people starting up a business in the period of 2017-2022. The youth unions and associations have implemented many diverse and practical activities such as visiting, exchanging information, giving experience in many places in and outside the province, etc. Ms. Đào Duy Bang Thanh, head of the Project Development Department of Đức Thanh Trading Service Manufacturer Import Export Company Limited, said that digital transformation also brings a lot of efficiency in the industry, in the production and business. Many young people overcome difficulties to start businesses, or women overcome difficulties to develop the family economy. On this occasion, the Provincial Women's Union commended typical members for their efforts to overcome difficulties, develop the economy, and build happy family. TayNin Women's Entrepreneurs Club support interest-free capital for 1 year with the amount of 150 million Vietnam dong. Châu Thành District, Trang Bang Town, and TayNin City have been selected to disburse loans to members and poor women. Besides, there are more than 20 booths displaying a variety of products from companies, enterprises, and units throughout TayNin province.
Ladies and gentlemen, in the strategies for sustainable agricultural and rural developments for the periods of 2021-2030, with a vision to 2050 in TayNin province takes rural peoples as the subject, focus on developments and tries becoming a province with modern agriculture, efficiencies, and environmentally friendly. In particular, communes that meet new rural standards have to bring a bigger positively changes before the new rural construction. TayNin province tries to have 100% of communes will meet new rural standards, of which 100% of communes will meet new advanced rural standards by 2030. 100% of district-level units will meet new rural standards, of which 50% will meet new rural standards. By 2030, TayNin goals will have achieved an average growth rate of agroforestry fisheries from 2% to 2.5% per year. They increase agricultural labor's productivity from 4% per year on average. The province tried to increase the income of rural residents 2.5 times higher than in 2020. The rate of multi-dimensionally poor households in rural areas decreased by 0.1% per year on average. The proportion of agricultural laborers in total social laborers decreased to less than 20%. The rate of workers that train agriculture reaches over 40%. The countryside will be tried to be a worth living place, civilized, green, clean, and beautiful with living conditions, asymptotic income, and close and harmonious connections with the urban area.
The roads are concrete with strict lights, safety and security, spacious houses and schools. People have paperwork quickly. Currently, the commune has no poor people.
province has policies of building a new countryside for socio-economic development, improving the physical and spiritual lives of rural residents. This is the main task throughout the entire political system. It continues to promote the results of the 2016-2020 periods, rurally overcome existing weaknesses, and synchronously connect rural, urban, and inter-regional connections, as well as harmonious socio-economic developments and rural environment.
In general, the poverty rate has decreased significantly every year. Since 2011, the poor households in Ninh Điền commune have decreased to 0.9%. The commune has no central poor households, only near poor households and poor households, according to the decision 150.
In the periods of 2021-2025, TayNinhTV province tried to have 26 communes that meet new rural standards, including 2 border communes. 36 communes have met the newly enhanced rural commune standards, including 10 border communes. 12 communes achieved model rural areas, including 2 border communes, in which Tân Biên, Tân Châu, Dương Minh Châu, Châu Thành, Gò Dầu, Bến Cầu districts that adopted the new rural standards. Trảng Bàng Town, Hòa Thành Town, and Tây Ninh City have completed the task of building new countryside. The quality of people's lives is always improved. Compared to 2020, the average income is 1.8 times by 2025. It can be seen as the policies and mechanisms of TayNinhTV province in the constructions of new rural areas have been effectively promoted. It helps to speed up the program. Besides rural socio-economic infrastructures, it not only synchronous, modern, but also closely connected with process of urbanization. And the physical and spiritual lives of rural peoples is deeply improved. That's all for today, TTV News. Thanks for watching and see you next time.